Very concerned. I'm ashamed actually, because I feel that Islam has been hijacked by different fanatic groups.
Most people don't realize that Muslims are also victims, because if they disagree, they get killed.
Would some Muslim or some Arab who in his heart believes that the Arab terrorism is terrorism, can he say it in publicly? He will be lynched in a Muslim society if he says that Hamas is a terrorist.
What is worrying is that there is a silent majority that is not speaking out in a very strong voice against these groups. And I hope it's only out of fear and not out of sympathy with people like Osama bin Laden or Abu Musab Zarqawi.
The question then becomes, what percentage of the Islamic world supports jihad and could be considered radicals or Islamic fundamentalists?
The Muslim world consists of more than 1 billion people, and it's very difficult to tell what percentage of this 1 billion supports Al-Qaeda or Zarqawi or other terrorist groups.
I would estimate that some 10 to 15%, and let me stress it's an estimate, of Muslims worldwide support militant Islam. That is not to say that only 10 to 15% are anti-American or anti-Zionist. No, that's much larger.
$1.2 billion Muslims out there with 15%. This is a huge number. This is as big as the United States of America. And the bad thing about it is that they're spread all throughout.
In the Middle East, Islam is our identity, it's our political life, it's our social life, it's our life. As a child, I attended Gaza elementary schools, and we were taught that jihad is a religious holy war for the sake of Allah. That's what it is, to conquer the world for Allah. That is jihad.
These are actual scenes broadcast on Arab television.
لا بد من أن نقيم أنفسنا على دين الله عز وجل وعلى شرع الله سبحانه وتعالى. لا بد أن نربي أبناءنا تربية على حب الجهاد في سبيل الله، حب القتال في سبيل الله.
Daily, my classmates would recite poetry, jihadist poetry. And when they recited it, they were crying. They were wishing shahada, to be shaheed, to die as a martyr, to die in jihad.
إذا أردنا العزة فلا سبيل إلى العزة إلا بالجهاد.
I would summarize the struggle today between radical Islam in the West with the phrase from a Jordanian schoolbook and also Palestinian schoolbook. And the teaching in Islamic education is this religion will destroy all other religions through the Islamic jihad fighters. It's Islam against the other religions. It shows how mainstream some of these concepts which are seen as radical Islam have become or are in the mainstream Arab world today.
Radical Islamic proponents believe that the West has been engaged in a conspiracy to subjugate Islam.
أما الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية بصراحة هي تريد طمس هويتنا الدينية.
به جنگ مردم عراق اومدن علاوه بر اینکه به جنگ اسلام اصلا اومدن.
امریکا هي العدو الاول للامه الاسلاميه لانها تخوض حربا ضد هذه الامه العربيه والاسلاميه.
What they are saying is the United States is a threat, is a danger to them, is trying to dominate them, is trying to turn the whole world into America, and this is what they are telling their people they have to fight against.
کشورهای دیگر عربی غیر عربی همه هدف اینا قرار میگیره. اینا جهان خاری را دارن دنبال میکنن.
And therefore, it is obligatory of Muslims to strike back.
الولايات المتحدة عدوة العرب والمسلمين والإنسانية، وعلى كل إنسان بما يقدر ويستطيع أن يقاوم هذا العدو.
The West needs to be defeated one way or another.
بنابراین وظیفه هر مسلمان و هر غیرتمند غیر مسلمانی است که در مقابل آمریکا و امریکیان و انگلیسی‌ها و اسرائیلی‌ها بیسته و هر کجا اینا منافعی دارن منافعشون رو باید به خطر بندازن.
I mean, therein lies the issue of the threat of militant Islam, the anointed right to carry out executions of anybody who is considered a threat to Islam itself.
يجب أن يفهم الأمريكيون أنهم باعتدائهم على العتبات المقدسة إنما يعتدون على كل المسلمين في العالم.
The word jihad in the Muslim vocabulary, in the Muslim consciousness, is a very powerful word.
आइए आज दुनिया भर के अंदर जो जिहाद हो रहा है उस जिहाद में हमारे शाना बशाना शरीक हो जाइए मुल्ला उमर और शेख उसामा बिन लादेन के साथ.
First of all, the word jihad in literal Arabic basically means a struggle. It's coming from the word jahada, so to struggle.
Jihad in the traditional sense means self-struggle. Look within yourself to try and make yourself a better person.
People think about it, yes, jihad does mean self-struggle, struggle within. But so does Mein Kampf. Mein Kampf means my struggle. But what struggle? Nazism had a struggle with what? What did the Jews do to tango in Nazi Germany? Jihad is being used in the Middle East as struggle with the Jewish people, struggle with the West.
الأمريكان ورئيسهم والبريطانيين ومن والاهم والصهاينة ربيبة ومصنع الكيان. الله أكبر. لو أذن الله لنا يا أمة محمد سيقول حتى الحجر يا مسلم هذا يهودي خلفي تعال وقع مسا. ونحن نقطعها والله لا نقطعها أيها اليهود. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. الجهاد في سبيل الله الجهاد في سبيل الله الجهاد في سبيل الله ونصرة لله. الله أكبر الله أكبر يا أمة الله الله أكبر يا أمة الله.
مراهق بريطاني انتزع قلب عجوز بعدما طعنه وشرب من دمها. هناك ناس مهووسون بمص دماء كبار السن.
فهؤلاء وحوش على شكل بشر.
The main theme in most of the Arab media is hostility to Israel and the United States and the West.
آنکان تندیس بی همتای آزادی دشمن توحید و توهین خداوند.
In the Arab media, there is a process of demonizing Jews and the West.
There is widespread use of this theme of portraying Israel and the United States as Satan, and this is an integral part of Arab Islamist propaganda.
الشيطان الشيطان مغرور الشيطان يحتل الأوطان بسلاح الطغيان. إنه الشيطان منبع الطغيان إنه الشيطان منبع الطغيان.
After 9/11, a lot of people in the West asked, why do they hate us? And some of them even started blaming themselves, looking what could America have done?
There were numerous examples in American academia and media after 9/11 that placed the blame of 9/11 on American imperialism around the world.